What was once the Polk County Courthouse now serves as the Polk County History Center and houses the Historical Museum and Library. The museum serves Polk's community through special events, volunteer opportunities, and educational programs. More details are coming up next on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Tina Mann, and joining me in the studio today is Murtis Young, the Historic Preservation Manager at the Polk County History Center.
Hello, Tina. So happy to be with you today.
Welcome. So we are here to talk about all the events happening in November, and there is a wreath here, but we are not going to get to that quite yet because we have something far more important, which is the traveling Smithsonian exhibit, Voices and Votes, which we've had up for a little while. So why don't you tell us about it?
Well, we're so excited to share this exhibit with everybody, particularly at this time. You know, we've experienced a national election, and there's so much discussion about components or aspects of the Constitution. We have a great exhibit to bring people into the museum to continue those conversations and talk about the great leap, the great experience of democracy within the Republic in the United States. The exhibit is a Smithsonian traveling exhibit. It's called Voices and Votes, Democracy in America. There are 5 specific themes, beginning with the Great Leap, the Revolution, and then we actually get to talk and have a conversation about what does it mean to vote and who gets to vote. And through the years, that process of adding people to the vote, the suffrage movement, civil rights movement, those kinds of issues about who votes in America. Then we talk about being a citizen, and there's a theme that is focused on being a good citizen, what that means. Then we have an opportunity to talk about the machinery of government, the party politics and how that evolved and what that does, and have discussion about that. And then there is an exhibit within the exhibit that is about, really it's about the casting beyond the ballot. How do you change policy? What happens after the ballot? So of course there's a great discussion about protesting and lobbying. And so it is just a really great opportunity to walk through, take a journey through American democracy, the Republic of the great United States. So we don't want anybody to miss it. The exhibit is here until December 11.
It is so cool. It is a very cool exhibit. I got to see it firsthand. It is colorful. There are so many interactive components. There are videos. There are little games you can play. There are things for little kids. There's things for older people. I'm sitting there answering the games for the little people, or specifically, I'm like, I don't know if I remember this. So I was like quizzing myself. And there's another part that I was down on the floor actually, you know, looking at this diagram of all the political parties over the years and the events significant to them, like why it changed. I was fascinated by that. So it really is a all ages type exhibit that you could literally spend there all day and learn so much.
And this exhibit, for the first time, Florida is represented in this exhibit, and specifically Polk County. The Smithsonian came through the state of Florida and interviewed people to get a voice of democracy on a local level. So we had 12 people who were interviewed for this exhibit. So 10 of those 12 will continue with the exhibit as it travels throughout the United States. So come and take this journey through democracy, but also come and enjoy the fact that local voices are a part of a traveling Smithsonian exhibit.
Right, it felt like we were at least half of it. I mean, there were so many. I was like, oh, they're from Polk and they're from Polk. And it was really cool. And of course, we always have to thank our sponsors, which are the Smithsonian Institution, Florida Humanities, Palette One, and the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation. Always important to recognize them because we wouldn't have it without it.
That's correct.
So now we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, or the wreath in the room, I guess you could say. This is one of the many wreaths that are going to be on display for the 10th annual Festival of Wreaths. So why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
You know, it's been such a great program for us, Tina. We started the Festival of Wreaths, 9 years ago, and the idea was to give local designers an opportunity to participate in adorning the History Center for the holiday season. It is so great. We have very different wreaths on display. We offer them, as everybody remembers, for auction, and they create a beautiful holiday spirit with very different designers with very different styles and themes, and it is just one of our favorite things to do every year.
So there's about 27 this year, and they will be available for online for silent auction, just like always.
Correct.
So all they have to do is go to polkhistorycenter.org after opening night, which we'll talk about in a minute. That is going to be available 5 p.m. on November 12th, so they can go online and bid for their favorite wreaths. I think I've always been remiss in saying that if people are on there and like, I want to do that, I want to donate a wreath next year, they should contact you guys and get on that list that you guys send out every year inviting people to donate. So typically you would do an opening night where there's music and there's Santa and things like that. Well, this year's going to be a little different. So why don't we go take a little bit of a 15-second break and watch a little promo for the virtual opening night.
Great idea.
The Festival of Wreaths is going virtual on November 12th at 5 p.m. on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. Santa, wreaths, music, don't miss out.
So as you saw in that promo, as part of virtual opening night, they're going to have an opportunity to see Santa tell a very special story about the history of Santa. I know you and I got to kind of get a sneak peek, and he is so good. He is so good. So it's definitely don't miss. You get to see all the beautiful wreaths, experience some music, and have a little bit of other entertainment. So it's going to be aired live on YouTube actually this year, and on Facebook Live on the Polk County Government Facebook page. So it's something that people aren't going to want to miss out on. I mean, it's something that they can sit at home, launch their holiday season. I think everybody needs a little bit of extra holiday spirit this year. It's a little too early for me, but a lot of people I know are going ahead and putting up their decorations, and they're just ready. They're just ready to experience something happy this year. So I'm looking forward to it, so I hope everybody joins us live.
And Santa will again come to the History Center, and he will judge the wreaths according to Santa's style and interest, and we will see Santa's Choice wreaths will be featured again this year.
Speaking of Santa, you'll also have some opportunities at the History Center to still get photos with Santa, although it's a little different this year. So tell us about that.
We wanted so much to be able to have Santa at the History Center. It's a tradition for us, and we thought about it and talked about how we could do that. And obviously we can't have large crowds because we need to think of everybody's health. So Santa will be making an appearance at the History Center for photos and a visit with him in his study, but this year it will be by appointment only. And it's going to occur on November 20th from 4 to 6 p.m. Again, that's November 20th from 4 to 6 p.m. Santa will have a very abbreviated visit to the History Center, and to honor the need for social distancing, you can make an appointment with him. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be able to accommodate it, but we will give you a chance to have some time with Santa and have an appointment. He's going to return again on Saturday, December 5th from 9 to 11, and again, these will be an opportunity for selfies by appointment. And I know you're going to help us with a registration that will look like...
Yes. Basically, as far as registration, we're going to go ahead and set up some registration details on Constant Contact. So we will be pushing those out via social media. They can also call the History Center, and your staff will be happy to share that with them where they can make those appointments. It is limited. It is not going to be in Santa's lap this year. You'll have some opportunities for photos, but we're going to be maintaining some safety. I know that first night is actually in conjunction with Magic on Main for Bartow, correct?
And we're so pleased that that event will be held this year. For the longest time, there was, just the question of, will that happen? It too will look a little different. People will be masked, people will be social distancing, and there won't be as many activities, but there will be the lighting, and Santa will be in downtown Bartow for that event.
Excellent, and he's so amazing. So let's get away from Christmas a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about history. We have a historical marker unveiling coming up on November 14th.
We do. We're so excited about that. The Kathleen Baptist Church, one of our partners up in the northern part of the county, is celebrating their 125th anniversary. And on November 14th at 11:30, we're so pleased that the Polk County Historical Commission, their signature program is the Historical Marker Program, will be installing a historical marker to commemorate the 125th anniversary of Kathleen Baptist Church.
I love how much history we have here in Polk County, and this is all the markers and all that whole process. I've actually sat in on the last couple of marker meetings, and it's pretty fascinating to see what goes behind getting those and how many sites there are in Polk County. Of course, one of the most favorite sites on the historical marker is our own History Center. And I'm excited because we are back to offering architectural tours, which is the perfect time of year to do it because the History Center will be decorated. So you are resuming architectural tours in November. That's going to be Saturday, November 21st at 11.
Correct.
So tell us what to expect.
Well, it's just a great opportunity to have a personalized curated tour, to walk around the building and get information about the architecture, the story of the iconic building, and ask questions of our curator if you are interested in anything that you've been thinking about for a long time. But it is, in my opinion, one of the most significant architectural features in the county, and we're so delighted to have people join us on it's actually November 21st at 11 o'clock, and just join us in the rotunda and take a walk around the building and learn about this historic building.
Excellent. It sounds like the History Center is going to be a great place to kick off your holiday season, to experience the end of the election season, and to just have an overall good time. The only times that aren't going to be good to visit are going to be Wednesday, November 11th and Friday, November 26th and 27th, because you guys are going to be closed.
We will be closed. We know everybody knows this. What is November 11th?
Veterans Day.
Thank you, Tina. And then, of course, we have the holiday season, Thanksgiving. So we'll all be having turkey and all the trimmings for Thanksgiving. But we'll open again on Saturday, November 28th, back to normal.
Well, thank you for coming on this month, and we're looking forward to all the events.
Thank you, Tina.
Polk County has a rich history and heritage, and the Polk County History Center is continuously thinking of new ways to help Polk residents experience that history. The museum's collection includes natural and cultural objects related to Polk and the greater Central Florida area that represent our history from pre-Columbian to present-day eras. The artifacts on display at the museum represent individuals, cultural groups, and events significant to the region. Located at 100 East Main Street in Bartow, the History Center is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. For more information about exhibits and events, you can check them out on the web at polkhistorycenter.org or give them a call at 863-534-4386.